Hi everyone, my name's Eileen. I'm the owner of Wicked Rebels. So recently I had a couple of friends ask me about the pop-up markets I've been attending with my business. So I figured I'd make a video on it. If you're interested in attending some pop-up markets, stick around. I'm gonna cover some really cool stuff. So where do you start? Well, I recommend with Instagram. To find a pop-up market, you can just search pop-up market near me, small farmers market, vendors wanted, and a lot of these searches will be location based, so you'll find an event near you. And then you'll click on one of those flyers that kind of relates to the dates that you're looking for. And then once you click on it, you want to examine the amount of followers and the engagement that that page has. And the reason why is if you see that their following is low and they don't have very much engagement, chances are the event is not going to have very much foot traffic because not a lot of people know about the event. But if you find an event that has lots of followers and their engagement is really good and you can see that people are hyped to go to these events, that means that foot traffic is going to be good, means more people for you and more sales for you as well. And once you find one of those events that you like and is a reasonable distance for you, you're going to want to apply. So a lot of these vendor positions require you to apply and pay a small vendor's fee. Some of them do require a seller's permit and some insurance of some sort, but not all of them do. So once you apply, you're going to also want to look into a few things. The price that they're going to charge and the vendor space that they're giving you. Also the location that it's going to be at. So we're going to start with price. So if the location that you're going to be at is not in a really high traffic area where a lot of people are going to be able to see there's a big market going on, I don't think it will do as well as some place that is in a high traffic area. If the space that they're giving you is really tiny, be careful with that, because you're going to be spending a lot of money on a little tiny booth when you can be spending a relative decent amount on a bigger booth. Unless your booth that you need is just tiny, then you shouldn't have to worry. But in my case, I need a humongous booth because I have a lot of products to display. So those are things that you're going to have to wager as well. If you're only going to be at an event for 3 hours and it costs $200 to attend this event, are you really going to profit back everything that you spent to be at that event in those 2 to 3 hours? Ask yourself that. If the answer is yes, then it's a no-brainer. Then attend the event. But if it's hard for you to even sell anything and for sure you're not going to be able to get to your 200 goal plus a profit, then it's not worth it. Try to find a different event that is a little bit more of a reasonable price. There are also events that charge so much money for just a 6x6 space, when you can find other events that charge less for a bigger space. So, it's good to shop around before just, rushing into one. However, it's not bad to, experiment a little bit. Maybe these events are good. I've had my ups and downs with those situations, but so will you. It's just kind of rolling the dice. You never know what you're gonna find until you're there, and you gotta do it with no regrets, because at least now you know. And you can move on and say that that event wasn't for you and you're gonna find a better one. But again, typically those events will continue to do them weekly. So if one did do really well for you, you can continue to go back to that same event. So even though the application typically goes over the equipment that you need, I just wanted to touch base on this one more time and give you some tips on where to start. So more than likely, you're always going to need a 6-foot table. A party table is fine. And a table cover. You can go on Amazon and look for a nice table cover. Most of these events will require you to have a tablecloth that goes and covers the entire table. So make sure that it's one of those that touches the floor and isn't a halfway tablecloth. Because they are going to want you to store all of your items underneath your table and kept out of sight. So Another thing to be prepared to bring is maybe like a canopy. I have a 10 by 10. That's what the first thing I started with, and it's been very helpful with every event I've attended. But there's other events that will require you to bring an umbrella. Some events will provide like the tablecloth and umbrella for you at an additional charge. So those are things to also keep in mind before just applying for a pop-up shop. If you don't have the budget for it, maybe wait until you have all of your equipment and then go ahead and move forward with applying for that event. And if you do have a budget, I do recommend to get a table runner on top of the cloth for your brand. So you can go onto Etsy, they'll make a table runner for you. They'll have your brand's name on it, your website, and your Instagram tag. And this helps so much with marketing because I can't tell you how many people have passed by my booth and said my brand's name out loud, walked away, and then like 2 seconds later I got a follower. So totally worth it if you have the budget. And that leads me to my next point, which is your display. Your display is something that you should put a lot of thought into. It's the reflection of you and your shop. You want to make sure that everything looks nice and aesthetically pleasing as far as how you set things up. I also recommend when you get a tablecloth to get one that's black or white because it really makes your product stand out more versus having something really colorful and busy. Maybe just a solid white just looks more professional, and like have things up so that you can engage people as well. Don't block off yourself. If you're in a booth, at least have one part blocked off in the back and 3 areas where people can come up to engage with you. Make it so that it's welcoming for people. You want people to come to your shop, not avoid it. Be clean, don't be messy, and just try to put your best products also up front so that they are drawn to those things. And speaking of engagement, have you ever walked into like Vans or PacSun in the mall and the employees are like, "Hi, welcome"? Well, there's a reason for that. When you do this, you're allowing yourself to open the floor for the customer to feel more comfortable with you and to maybe ask you some questions in the future and for you to just display your personality to them, which is really important because they need to know who you are and what you're selling. When you're a small business, you don't have this like name that's already defined and is really popular. You have to fight for that. And you have to fight for your way to get it known. So this is a great opportunity for that. I can't tell you how many times I've just opened with, "Hi, welcome," and ended up making a sale, and not just that day, but later down the line made another sale or a custom sale, just opened the door for myself. I opened the door to many more opportunities, and it's great. You also meet amazing people along the way. But another tip when you're engaging with people is ask them hi or tell them hi, welcome, and then give them like 5 or 10 seconds to browse around. Don't harass them the entire time they're in your shop. Some people just aren't, talkative. They just want to kind of browse not to themselves. Some people have social anxiety, so you don't want to like come off too strong either, but give them some time, give them some space. If you see them looking at something for a while, or you see them kind of like, you can kind of just read their faces when they're looking at some of your stuff, you want to go ahead and ask this question, and it's worked for me. Ask them, "Hi, is there like anything that you see that you like so far?" And right there, it kind of gets them hooked onto what they like, and they're like, "Yeah, like I really like this. It is speaking to me." And then you tell them a little bit more about the product and why you made it or how it came about, and then they just kind of vibe, or you just say something like, "Yeah, I really see you with this. Like it just fits you for some reason. Like I'm sorry, like I don't know you, but I see you like wearing this, or this really goes with you." You get that opportunity to kind of swim your way in there and get the sale going. I mean, I'm not lying when I say these things. Like, it actually did go with the person that was interested in it. They were interested in it for a reason. So when you ask this, even if they don't like buy your product, you get to learn what they liked about it and why they liked it, so you can continue to make things like that in the future. So now I'm going to get into a story about something that happened to me on one of the events I was at. This should be just like an overall no-no, in my opinion. So we were selling, it was a great day, and the vendor across from me started getting really like intrusive with people, coming up to them when they're minding their own business. You know, they're coming up to them and be like, hey, you want to join into this giveaway? Or, hey, come here, like, come over there, come over this way, let's look at this. Like, no, don't do that. The reason why is you're pushing people away from that area, and you're not only affecting yourself, but you're also affecting the vendors near you. Like, they could have gotten a sale, but because they're so afraid of interacting with that, you know, aggressive person that wants to make that sale, now it's ruining it for everyone. And now that like little lane becomes like a dead zone. And that happened to me, and I was kind of annoyed. Like, I get their point. They are trying to be aggressive, and you know, they're just pushing and pushing and pushing because eventually one person will give in. But it just sucks because like it just looks like a ghost lane. Like, how am I supposed to get, you know, products sold and like make connections with people if I can't even get anyone passing by because you're scaring them away? So just try not to be so pushy. Again, a lot of people aren't there to socialize. Like, they just kind of go and look around. Some of them are stressed out, and shopping is a therapy for them, you know. And then on the other end, you get people that are really social and do want to talk. So you'll get both sides of that. Just be friendly, be open, but don't be too aggressive. That's just my advice. And don't chase people down. Obviously, that it should just go without saying. All right, well, enough with that. So something I recommend having on hand the day of your event are QR codes. QR codes are super important because it makes it really easy and efficient when you're selling and you have some traffic in your shop. You can get QR codes of your social platforms like your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok on a display somewhere. And you also want to have your payment options available on a display as a QR code as well, so that your customers can easily access it, instead of sitting there and having to like explain where they can find it. I mean, sometimes they will need some help, which is totally fine, but it just helps with traffic. I also have had some people just like come browse through my shop, tell me that they can't afford anything, but they like my stuff and it's really cool, and then see my QR code and then come and scan it because they like me and my shop, but you know, at the moment they just don't have money, which is all good because I get it. You know, money is tight sometimes, but it means the world to me when somebody follows my shop. I will take that, you know, it's equivalent to a sale. But I also recommend getting some sort of like thank you cards. Thank you cards are important for those like old school type of people that aren't really into technology and kind of just like to collect them in case of a rainy day. They need to pull it out, they got it. So have a thank you card or a business card available to hand out or leave on your table so that people can get. I have also seen other vendors give away free stickers with their information on it, which is also a wonderful idea. I also give away stickers too. It's a great way to put your name out there, and like people can put it on a hydro flask and other people will ask about it. So I recommend it. It's like a brilliant idea. And you also want to make sure that you have cash on hand to give for exchange of change. And if you have Shopify, I would really recommend looking into the POS, or the point of sale, where you can get a card reader for all of your transactions, because a lot of people pay with card now over cash or anything else, and it helps so much. It's super simple to use. You can use it on your phone, but I recommend looking into that if you have Shopify. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. When you go to these events, just go in with a positive and open mindset. Don't expect like a shit ton of sales. It's not going to happen the first time. You know, you're going to have to learn every event that you go to. What can you do better next time? Look at what others are doing with their displays. Check out like what's working for those vendors that are super busy. and try to like incorporate that into your business the next time. That's kind of what I had been doing since I started. Just adding little things here and there to each of my displays each time. It makes a huge difference. And also try to talk to your local vendors. They're like the nicest people ever. They're super sweet. They'll come over and you're not even gonna know that they're even vendors. They're gonna hype you up, tell you your stuff's awesome, and they might even buy some of your stuff. But yeah, talk to them. Some of them have amazing knowledge and tips as well that can help you learn. They also have amazing knowledge on other marketplaces near you that are great and a good find, something that you should attend. So go out there, talk to them, explore a little bit, learn, keep pushing. Even if you don't make sales, don't get discouraged. Keep finding new events. I promise you're gonna find that one event that it's just gonna make you cry because you did so well. And I can't wait until you come back here and write a comment here that you did extremely great. Like, I'm gonna be so happy for you. I'll probably cry too. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day and keep going on with your business. Don't give up.